Welcome back, everyone, to Campaign 1, The Marked Ones, with D&Ds with Dummies. Today, we're going to be starting our session back from about a fortnight ago, where the party was sleeping in an iron bunker underneath a hostel-like uh, manor. The party awakens with each other in their hammocks, looking around this cold and iron room. As they decide to come out for the morning, they enter what seems to be the main eating area, where there are a few couches strung about, food on the table ready to go, and an open window that shows the bustling streets of Castle Ixtus. For absolutely butchered that, but it's Welsh, so that's okay. As you guys all kind of come up for your morning, a lot of conversations happened last night. One of the major ones was what was our path forward. You guys were discussing what the best way to retrieve Varith and Tenacity was. You know that you don't necessarily need both of them to continue the plan, but you know you need at least one. Some of you were beset by dreams where you saw both of them together in what seemed to be an underground, viney and jungle-like terrain. Uh, those of you who've been in Fairwind for let's say 5 months, which is the majority of you, you may roll a history check if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Uh,
21. Not 20. Holy shit. Okay.
14. What the fuck was that? Why did I get your role on my screen?
That's a new
What?
thing with the D&D update. You'll be able to see everyone's roles on your screen if they're rolled to everyone.
That's dumb.
It is actually pretty cool. I do not mind it.
I hate it.
Should I not
That is fair.
roll to everyone
It was
then,
loud.
or do I roll to everyone?
That's okay. You already rolled your nat 20. I will
Wow, Celadrin coming in with actual useful information.
expect the nat 20.
Well,
First
honestly,
time ever.
like, this shit is not gonna hold. Like, I've already wrote the only nat 20 of this session for me, so.
Are we eating
I
breakfast while we're discussing what to do?
um
Good idea.
yeah.
Can what are we having?
And
Can we have
they're
some?
mostly pastries and breads, similar foods
Yes.
to what you guys were eating in the cafe yesterday. These don't seem to have other entities in them, though. It does seem to just be traditional breads and shortbreads and stuff like that. There are also some sweets on the tables, some fruits, a wide selection and a wide variety, the majority of which you don't know of, you're not too sure. Um, but some things that you do see are things like grapefruit and lychees and other more protected, let's say, fruits.
Have
S-
has a learner ever seen those before? I don't know if she
Probably not. They don't grow in Fierts, and I don't know if in Casimir you guys really spent the time to get accustomed to the local fruits and stuff. Um, you could roll a history check on that if you wanted to.
let's see.
So could anyone else in the main party.
That is an 11.
Um, Anyone who was to roll, let's say, just a 10 or higher on that, who was from the original party, would know that Varith did once give you guys a dragon fruit salad bowl, which had various fruits in it from Casimir, just when you guys were in the forested areas and needed to get more rations than you already had. In regards to that last history roll that you guys rolled, anyone who got a 15 or higher would know that they are more than likely in the bowels of Lobad's domain in the fungal fissures. However, they may not be kept there due to the fact that both of them owe a debt to Caithwis. For anyone who rolled a 20 or higher, you would know that they are definitely not going to be kept at that location. It is more than likely that they have been sent to whoever owns them. It is also a possibility that with them being captured, they may have alerted the other Pedwar that Varith and Tenacity are up to something. They've put things in motions. Celadrin, for you specifically, you would know that the Pedwa have not yet been told of what is going on. If it was the case that they were told, and or that they found out about what was going on, including Alp's death, the entirety of Fairwind would already be on lockdown. Instead of Lobad's rage from when he lost his avatar, his rage would grow even higher from the loss of his loved one. Instead of the air becoming colder and the snow starting, everything would already be frozen from Rialtha trying to control everything and lock it down to make it so it's easier to find you guys. And Allah would already send her spies after you.
Well, I'll let the others know.
Yep.
Well, I'll just convey that information, I suppose. It's the best way to say
Yep.
that.
So we have to go see that crazy witch hag that we kind of fucked shit up for.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah, I'm sure that
That-
is going to go very well for us.
I mean, honestly, like, what exactly has been going well recently? Like, like, it has to be done, and I'm sure we will be fine.
You make an excellent point. But do you not have, like, you were here a long time, do you not have any connections or anybody that you know that could help us in this situation, or that you could, ask for, information or anything?
I will be honest with you. I'm not the most social person.
What?
Making allies is
No
slightly
way!
difficult.
We
believe
knew
it or not.
Seriously?
Yes,
Oh, I would
yes,
never have guessed that, Stella.
yes.
You are
It's very hard to
crazy.
believe. I understand,
Oh,
but
wow.
I don't have a lot of allies that we can
The revelations
turn to.
today are just crazy.
Yeah, well, then don't say, then don't ask stupid questions. Then what do you want from me? Like,
How long were you here again?
honestly, I forget, but that's not important.
I feel like
What is
it is
important is
very
that I'm here
likely
now.
that I was here for 6 months and then inside the soul token for who knows how long. And yet I feel like I made more friends here than you did. And I'm not that sociable either. I mean, no one thinks a loner is super friendly, right? Everyone's really scared of little old me.
Zoldan has a bit of a quizzical look on his face. He seems to be confused by that comment. And Crimson is kind of just sitting back, relaxed, kind of engaging in the conversation from the sidelines. He does pipe up, though, and he says, "Now, I don't know about y'all, but we need to go into this with a plan. Is there something that we can use or something that we can bargain with? We know that Cathwis is willing to bargain."
Um, I really do not have anything here to bargain with. I mean, you're from here. Do you have anything?
I am not aware of something that I might have. There is definitely something, but she would bargain for anything in the world.
Weren't you friends with Tenacity? Like, does she have anything that we could, that she had prepared? She seemed pretty smart. She would have have something set up, right?
As far as I'm aware, I have only met Tenacity in the Colosseum. She did allude to the fact that I may know her from somewhere else, but I'm not too sure about that.
Oh, very useful. Thank you. Uh, anybody else know anything about our lost allies? Anything they would have, they're kind of known for being a little bit, preparative. You don't know anything about it, any of you?
DM, would Clara
don't
know
remember
anything,
anything.
or
I was about to interject with some things that you guys may remember. I'll prompt
Oh.
first to see how we go. Does anyone remember anything from the last time you guys visited Cathwis? You visited her twice.
I
What
mean,
happened
I
the
saw
last?
a shit ton of books, but like,
it
You
would
have
beat her
books?
up.
yeah,
Show
I
us the
took her
books.
books.
Show.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take out the books. I
How, where are you
I think
hiding
there were like
those?
3 of them.
Where are you storing them?
Honestly, honestly, my backpack is big. Let's put it that way. Big backpack. That's what we're gonna call it.
So, yeah, he's using the interdimensional space from his tent, probably inside his backpack.
True, I forgot that's what we did. Yeah, it's on the tent. So I pack up my tent, open the tent doors, and then there's just fucking books on the ground. Like,
Alona's gonna grab one of the books and open it.
What languages do you know, Elena?
Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Infernal.
You know Elvish? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that this is a bit of a different, almost dialect or a subsect of Elvish. But it is readable after kind of furrowing your brows and trying really hard to read it. Um, you can tell that these are experiment notes. These are notes on both people and the environment. A lot of it kind of has to do in this particular book that you've opened with
With what?
with how
Grow.
things grow. So it talks about all the conditions that that create flora and fauna being much larger here than they would be in a different plane.
Okay. Does she recognize anything that would be useful? Or like,
You read that because how plants perceive time, where it is traditionally slow, when they are transported to Fairwind, they perceive it much faster, so they grow much faster. And because there's an excess of not only fertilizer from all the dead corpses everywhere, but because Lobad himself promotes growth in the environment, it seems that they grow at an exponential rate.
this place continues to scare and inspire me.
why? What does it
Clarabelle,
say?
keep going, you're good.
Sorry, Cedric just asked. I don't know what it said because honestly, he got the books. He never even actually read them. So
I mean, you know when I did that spell back in Pawn? It was Pawn. Yeah, it was Pawn. And was trying to be funny and make plants grow, and it kind of exploded.
The one where you
yes,
became
I
a
do
fire
remember that.
terrorist.
Yeah, I think I understand why now.
Ah,
Everything here grows very, very, very quickly. And so I think, even though it was a spell that was meant to just create like little flowers and some nice plants, I guess they sort of grew very, very, very fast in a very short amount of time, hence the eco-terrorism charge on my plate. Do you use
okay.
that? Okay. If they're growing at an exponential rate, that means that they're going to die quicker too.
Sure.
I mean, I'm gonna keep that in the back of my head, but I'm sure that will become useful at some point.
But can we trade the books in? Or the books?
Guys, what if we make like a giant beanstalk?
We are not finding giants.
Where would that be
No,
going?
No,
we're not finding
beanstalk.
giants.
No, beanstalk. To like,
But,
if we need to get in somewhere, high up, we can make beanstalk.
but we can fly.
Yeah, that's a good point. You make it
That's a
possible.
very good point. We
Yeah. I see my error. Okay.
What are you on about?
We could also use the plants that grow very fast to maybe encase Kaithwis in a plant. She'd be able to get out of that. She's very powerful. Okay, pass me the next book.
Okay, I give her the next book. I like 3, I think. I think I took 3. Anyway, I'm giving her the next book.
I open it.
Miss-
This book is on the water. Basically, it seems as if water is not naturally occurring in Fairwind, and that causes quite a few problems. Even though there's condensation, when it evaporates and hits the walls, it doesn't turn into clouds because up above on the dome, the plantation that's on the dome that is bioluminescent, which is creating light for you guys to see, is what is consuming it. So there is a limited amount of water. Caithwis believes, with communication with Riartha, that there is something that is causing water to come in from other planes. So it
Elena's
seems
gonna
as if
stick
there's
her head out the
holes in
window and
places.
look up to see if she sees clouds because she hasn't noticed that before.
There is no cloud in the sky, and
Weird.
the sky seems to be red at the moment, a very deep maroon red. Looking back on it, you do remember that the sky has never been the same color. It always changes. Excuse me.
Okay, the water's not helpful. Third book.
Okay, I hand over the third book.
Um, at this point, Clarabelle, I did message people in regards to some things they would know. Clarabelle, you seem to remember in a bit of a stupor that
Clarabelle's eating poppy seeds again.
Clara, stop doing that, Clara. Anyway, one of the hostel clerks walks out and instantly says, "Stop doing that, Clarabelle." Obviously, they've had a relationship with this person in the past, like they're acquaintances or whatever. Um,
I can't
you
stop.
seem they've tried to stop you in the past. That's why they remember. They still have the scars. Um, you remember that last time you were there, Caithwis attempted to make two deals. One of the deals went through, and it was a deal with Tenacity. The other deal was cancelled, and it was between Fruitbat and Clarabelle and Caithwis.
Well, she'll. I don't. I don't know if I can keep the voice going, but yeah, she'll tell about the deals with Caithwis.
So if we give the books back to Caithwis, maybe we can get Nasty? I have a feeling that she won't allow that for the Watcher, though. And like, she might not even let it for Tenacity because it was kind of a deal with Tenacity, and I mean, Tenacity, I guess, didn't hold up her end. I mean,
So,
Walks
it
into
might-
the room with a muffin in his hand and he's like, "Oh, Caithwis? That bitch? Um, if you're talking about what she wanted with Tenacity, she wanted to know, or rather, she wanted to have her knowledge. So she had attempted to make a deal between me, Clarabelle, and herself around how more about how Clarabelle interacts with the environment, and how I'm intrinsically linked with it. Water doesn't occur naturally here, but people in Perodia do have nightmares about drowning all the time. And I'm assuming they also have good dreams about that all the time as well. So I have a feeling she might just be trying to find ways to interact with Perodia.
so how do we use any of those deals that were made in order to get them back?
Well, we have to go and renegotiate.
Yes, but I don't know what we can negotiate with. She's already got them, right?
We just have to offer her something nicer.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. I don't have anything. Do you have anything?
I mean, you could always offer mine and Clarabelle, like me and Clarabelle.
No, that is ridiculous. That is not happening.
I mean, I could probably kill her pretty easily. We together.
Okay, what would be?
Choosing violence?
I don't think we should kill her. I mean,
Well, we have.
I
beaten
would
her
like to.
before.
She did
She'll
hurt
pull
Garth for a
back.
very long time, but like, there has to be something else. I don't want to give anybody over. that is completely out of the question. But
I mean,
I hate it here. And there's no written documentation of any of your deals. That is entirely useless. How are you supposed to know how to get around it? Every
can always-
devil knows that you always write it down because that way you can have loopholes. Ugh.
there's no loopholes when the world is the thing that enforces it.
Yes, but you know, in the
There's always
player
loopholes.
management, you have literal divisions that take care of all these deals and make sure that you can not find loopholes if you're a regular person, but devils find loopholes all the time. So like maybe you guys can work
Maybe devils are just not good at making deals if there's so many loopholes.
no, they find the loopholes to fuck each other over for power plays. You guys don't get it. You haven't been there.
Alona, could you do me
Okay.
a favor?
What? Yes,
Could you do me a favor?
maybe.
Oh, lovely. So the favor I'm going to ask for is that you're going to give me and Clarabelle up, and then you're
No,
going to kill her once. No, it's
that is
done.
not. It doesn't work like that.
No, you said you'd give me a favor.
There's no blood. There was just a discussion. I have said lots of things to lots of different people and I haven't meant them.
That is true, by the way. She has said a lot of things she has not meant.
See?
Like,
But you know what? I
Unfortunate-
have meant the things that I have written down on and then used my blood to sign. Mm-hmm.
Zoldan kind of pipes up a bit and says, unfortunately, this is kind of how it works here, though. Like, it was kind of the same with the elves. Like, when Ithriel made the deal with me, I didn't realize he was making a deal, but I still have, like, a death pact on me. So if I was to harm the elves in any way, I just will automatically die. I don't think the rules that are here are. I think they're fair. You just need to be aware of what's happening. But people wouldn't, like the other Fae wouldn't. It seems to be just the Pedwar of Allah's court who seem to do this. Everyone else seems to treat each other fairly. I do remember that Kaithwis does like people sacrificing themselves. She likes it when
We're not
the
doing
elves
that.
give up the refugees.
I'm not giving
Maybe
up
we could find
anybody else
someone
for
else.
this bullshit.
I mean, how unrealistic is it to just, murk her?
Fruit Bat's going to just start packing his bag.
Wait, there might be somebody I can ask.
This is pretty time sensitive. I'm just going to go to Kaithwis. Alona, you're probably going to want to seek medical assistance if you decide to not come help me. You can have fun with that.
How difficult would it be for a learner to contact Azalor?
Pretty
That is a
hard
good
without
question.
someone else who knows how to do it.
I have a thing that I've been making that allows devils to communicate. If you want me to use that,
What is it? Can you send it to me?
it's more just like a thought I've had. I can just explain
Alright,
it.
there's
What?
sure. You explain it to me. I'll see if it.
Okay, so essentially, it's based on something in a show I like, and you basically grab some soil and then they heat it up in their hand. It kind of makes like an orb, but it's like red. And then nearby to where the other devil is, they'll start seeing like basically a swirl of the dirt, and then it'll kind of form it. And if they pick it up, they can now communicate to whatever devil, which is what Aslo would be waiting for from Selra.
I don't know if communication would work that way for a few reasons. One, the soil isn't natural.
It doesn't have
It's
to be
not.
soil. It's more just like something that they can pick up and like kind of use as a conduit.
You. I'm gonna say no to that for a few reasons. W- why that would be the case is because you don't know for certain. You can attempt it, but you don't know for certain if the soil that's around her is the same soil that's on the floor currently.
Oh, it doesn't have to be the same. It's because they have to be able to communicate between different places. It's more so they go to like some sort of like intermediary place.
Yeah, you can't. That's the thing, though. You can't go to an intermediary place here. Like Fairwind itself is locked off for a few reasons. One of which is the Pedwar, so they kind of stop any communication that is not specifically through dreams because
Fair.
it
But
can't
she
stop.
tried. Because
wanna
they
be
are
the
in the
biggest
same plane.
fish in this small pond.
Yeah.
Can't you try it? Because it's they are in the same plane.
Give me 2 seconds.
You can say no, of course.
No, keep badgering him. He'll give in at some point.
It-
Fruitbat
it's-
Dragon's Pact.
This only exists in my
It's
mind
making
because
its
I
way
had to
out.
come up with a way for the legions to communicate.
I would still say no. Lobad controls the soil.
There.
It's
Can I use sending?
you can use sending, yeah.
Okay. Azalor, it's Ilona. Do you have information on Kaithwis to help get back the Watcher? I know you need him too. Please respond to me.
2 things are going to happen. The first thing is that you're going to feel a bit of interference. This is not a clear call. This isn't going straight to her.
Going through a tunnel.
It's going through a tunnel. Something is listening in. Azalor would know 2 things at the moment. One, Kaithwis died and came back about 2.5 weeks ago, and since then they have not left their hut. For the last 3 days in particular, no people have been going in or out of said hut. So they know that they're in the hut, but nothing else. The other thing that they would know is that at the moment, Kaithwis seems very scared. Any communication that's gone between them as the current left and right hand of Allah has been very short and very much like, we need to prepare for something that's going on. Obviously, Azalor knows that the thing that is going on is, them working against her, but
How does Azalor say this to Alerna?
just spam sending.
Does she say anything
You
else
can.
to her, like personal, or literally just information?
That would be up to you. I don't know enough about the character.
You can decide.
She would sound very sassy. She would sound as if you finally decided to contact me after the stunt you pulled in the arena.
Alerna will send again after the information, and she'll say, "Thank you, Ilvir. I appreciate it. I would like to talk at some point when more things have been figured out. I'm sure we have a lot to discuss."
Too easy. What were you saying before, Clarabelle?
Earlier. Or
Yeah, you were saying something. I didn't hear you. People.
I it's escaped me. It's fine.
Cool. So let's
So
just
we
kind of
go.
go over what has just happened in that short while. It's probably about 20 minutes or so. You've all woken up. You've come up for food. It seems like a calm and peaceful day inside the city walls. Learn some new information, some of which is what Kaithwis wants, what Kaithwis currently wants, which has not had a deal made, was ownership over Clarabelle and Fruitbat. The deal that was made was that Tenacity would return the books that Celadrin stole. Some world stuff that you've learned is that the water seems to be coming from outside of Fairwind. It is not naturally occurring. You also know that things that enter this space have different perceptions than the beings who are already here. It seems similar to in Perodia, where everyone has relatively the same perception. the people who are normally here in Fairwind, so those beings who are born here or those beings who just come from this plane naturally, seem to have as each other. So they run on a very similar wavelength. The reason why you guys have struggled so much is because you've come from Perodia. Fruitbat has just walked out the door.
And for
Saturn's just gonna turn around and be like, "Where's he going? Where is he going?"
did he say where he was going?
Yeah, he did.
No.
He said he was going to
What did he
Caithless's house because this is, this isn't something you need to wait around for. This seems to be something that needs to be done now. It's a bit time sensitive, he said.
Sandal just go, right, we need to stop him. And go
Okay,
after him.
I thought we wanted a plan. Okay, sure. Let's go. It's fine.
We
Let's do it.
have
The
we have the
fruit bat.
books that you have. We can give them back. That fulfills that deal. Maybe then we can figure something else out. Yep. Sure. Alona will follow.
Okay. Let's do this.
So you'll grab your bags, you get together, and you leave. Once again, walking outside, you see a myriad of different styles of houses around the place. Some of them are made out of natural materials like mushrooms or wood, some of them are made out of stone and masonry. The city streets are bustling today. It's not as bad as it's not as clear as it was yesterday when people were hiding in their homes a little bit scared. It seems that their minds have been put at ease. You quickly catch up to Fruitbat, who seems to be walking straight towards the city gates to leave.
Fruitbat's just whistling and just like walking in the middle of the street. He's got his like knapsack bag over his shoulder. Looks like a little homeless guy.
What exactly is your plan?
I told you the plan.
What if we disagree?
It's not your life to give.
Does it? There's like multiple of you, right?
Me.
Yeah. All of your tokens.
The intent of the promise is what matters.
Then intended to be different. Loophole.
I hate to say it, but intent is probably the one thing you can change. So that would actually probably work.
You
I
don't
think.
have to mean it.
The difference between the Fae and devils, from my experience, is that at least the Fae are truthful.
Hey,
Uh,
are
We're
you
not looking
kidding
for
me?
loop- We're not looking for
Oh,
loopholes. Well, I mean, we
The
are.
loopholes are there to protect.
The loopholes are there. At
Are
the
you
end
about
of
to
the day,
explain
this
how
is more
Devil Pack
important than
works to me, Fae boy?
I'm not trying to explain how devil packs work to you. It's just hard to explain how Fae packs work because there's so many levels of intricacies in
See,
the
this
nature.
is why. This is why, in the plane of punishment, as much as I don't like the place very much, there is a very clear bureaucracy and a very clear system of rules on which packs are made. So all of this confusion never happens. There is a whole department that deals with confusion when it comes to packs.
For those of you who have been in Fairwind for longer than, let's say, 10 years, you would
that me?
know, that
I
is
think
you,
so.
you would know straight away that there doesn't need to be rules for two reasons. One, if you give a worded deal, no one in general will ever use a worded deal with another person because of the fact that it can be misconstrued. but the world itself has limitations to how you make these deals. There is an entire university in Pedair that goes over this, which is Logos, which is where Tenacity was learning. The intricacies of these deals have been studied not only by the elves but by Caithwis and Allah as well. If you were to make a deal with someone, it would look at your intent as you make it. Fae never lie. They don't try and hide what they're saying behind, a fake face. They don't try and twist their words. If they give you a deal, it's what they say specifically. The deal that was made between Tenacity and her was that upon returning of the books, Caithwis would leave them alone, as far as I remember. So Caithwis would not interject. If you were to return the books on behalf of Tenacity, that means that Caithwis would not be able to necessarily harm the party members while you are in her domain.
Perfect. Let's do that.
That then still has the question of how are you guys going to get Tenacity and Varith back? What Fruitbat is suggesting, because they didn't make a deal, Caithwis, Fruitbat, and Clarabelle didn't. Clarabelle and Fruitbat were willing to, but they just didn't at the time. Was that they would work under Caithwis and perform in experiments that would not harm them, so that Caithwis could learn more about the world for the betterment of everyone in Faerwyn. It wasn't so that Caithwis could control people or Allah could control people. It's so they can understand the world better.
Is that what you did to Vareth?
That is what she did to Vareth, yes.
He seemed pretty harmed by it. There's a difference
Yeah.
between physical harm and mental harm.
The reason why
But there was
is
some
because
spiritual harm.
that's a good point. The reason why it was a bit different was because
Oh.
something from someone else with the Fae, you were then required to give them back the time and effort it took to create it. What that means is that Allah tricked Varith into Caithwis' care by making Caithwis leave an apple on the floor. Now, this apple is from Castle Ixfir. It's from the tree, which is basically from the world tree of this place. It's just a really nice apple.
I thought they were truthful and they just said things how they were.
Well, that's why they didn't make a deal with him. They made him consume something that was not his, which means that he owes them back time. What they did to experiment was what they wanted to see if not only a human from brain, but just like in general, is can they manipulate how someone perceives time to elongate deals, which they proved to be true. Are there any questions on that?
No, I don't think so.
It is a little kind of tricky in regards to that. There is a lot more lore in that regard, and you're able to find that lore if you want to. It's also been available for like a pretty long time if you were to ask the right people. Some people know about the experiments and what happened.
At least the Devil Pact both parties agree to it.
Typically, an actual deal, you do agree to it. This was more a thing of like, this is a world law where it is agreed that if you were to steal from someone else, you need to pay them back. Because Varith didn't know the world laws, he still had to abide by them because the world has put it in place. So they tricked him with that. You need to remember that Allah is not a Fae. She is an Archfey, which is a classification, but she is not inherently Fae. She is from somewhere else, same as the other three Pedwar.
All right. Well, I guess we're winging it. I'm gonna let Fruitbat lead the way.
Fruitbat will start whistling again, and he'll follow the beaten trail.
I think Alerna will kind of link arms with Celadrin and be like, "Did you read any of the books?"
I read one of them. It made me a little bit more dexterous, but like other than that, no.
Can I see
Listen,
it?
sure. Can I give her the book that gave me the stat increase?
When you give just, I feel the need to clarify. When you give the
Okay.
book over, like the request for tenacity was the knowledge from the books alongside the books. So anything you may have or will gain before passing them over, you will likely lose.
But
Okay.
it's not. It's the knowledge from the books from Tenacity, right? He's not
Yes, not the one that Celadrin picked up. The one that Celadrin picked up is Caithwis's personal book. It's a bit different. It doesn't talk about when you open it. Kind of, it's this black leather bound book that seems to have like almost a webby feeling on the cover. It almost looks like blood vessels, and they do seem to be pulsing. When you open it up, the pages seem to be blank, but after staring at it for a minute or two, you notice that ink splotches form on the on the page, and they slowly form into the same language that was in the other books. Um, but it's talking about you specifically, Alona. It says, like, an example is like in combat, when you cast healing words, you tend to kind of be blindsided. You're not really paying attention to everything that's around you as you're casting the spell. You're wholly concentrating on summoning those spirits to assist you. This is how you would be able to do that, but also pay attention to everything else. Another page you flip to says, when you strike with your mace, you typically lead with your foot too far forward, so you go off balance. If you were to pull your foot back, you notice that it's basically just a bunch of
even have my
suggestions.
mace anymore.
Yeah, but it's suggestions from your entire life. Like, this is bringing up stuff it shouldn't know about, and it's advising you on how to fix it.
Does it advise anything on like her actual life that isn't combat related?
Yes, it does. Not for context. It provides 3+2 stat increases, but you have to work for at least 40 days on each stat increase.
Oh, she's just like she doesn't care about that. She's just
So
flipping through.
yeah, I'm saying mechanically wise. So you can tell that there's a lot of stuff about your personal life as well. Like, it's talking about how to develop deeper relationships with people, or like times that you thought that no one saw you pick your nose. Let's say someone saw you pick your nose, so this is a better way to hide it, or whatever. Like, it's that kind of stuff. Like, it's really small stuff, but it's stuff that is relevant in increasing that kind of area.
Celadrin, this book is very spooky.
It's
It's
great,
knows-
isn't it? It's
It
fantastic. I
knows
love
too
this book.
much. You've
Okay,
just been
everything in this
hanging.
place knows too much. Like, that's the entire point of this place, is that everyone knows fucking too much.
Yeah. Can't believe you've just been reading this.
When
Uh,
Celadrin says that as well, anyone who's actually from Fairwind, that exact statement catches your ear. Not a lot of people know too much. It seems like Celadrin has mostly been stuck in the courts of autumn and of summer, so he's mostly been in Lobad and Allah's domain, which means that he's had a pretty rough experience in Fairwind.
Dude, everyone here knows fucking everything. Like, nothing fucking is a secret here. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, this place. We should definitely get out of here as quickly as we can. 100%.
As we're walking, can Alona cast Legend Law on Caithwis?
Go for it.
About Caithwis?
I may cry. Isn't it a roll? Or am I thinking of spell
Nah, fam.
signature?
She'll get out. She'll get out some of the shit she's been holding on to.
Oh, okay. Shit. Right. Um. Cool. Yeah, I can do it. I can do a bit of a lore drop.
She's just kind of like, I should probably try to figure this shit out.
Long ago,
Might be smart to know.
so long ago that the trees did not touch the roof of a cave, when they were out in the open, where a mirrored world lived in harmony and in peace with each other. There were hundreds of hags. Hags that worked together and formed a unique coven that used a collective of them all to boost their own knowledge and their spells. One of the youngest of these sisters felt the winds of change come, and they bore witness to the birth of a new matron, the Spider Matron. At first, this hag was simply interested in the fact that something like this could be born here. This was not something naturally occurring. This was not something from a dream. This was an emotion. Something that very rarely happened here, where something was felt so universally around the world that it created an avatar. This hag, knowing that this being and the three other beings like it decided to pledge allegiance early and worked with these beings to imprison all the other hags bar two. They did this by storing them in unique capsules and hiding them away in a pocket dimension where they could not be accessed. Because the coven still stands, it means that the hags that are left over, the three that are left over, are much more power than traditional hags. Instead of one of these hags being an arc hag, all three were, but they all were better in their own regard. Kathwis gained the knowledge from all the hags. Although gaining knowledge and gaining the ability to learn faster and better, it did not mean she knew everything. So, her and her new mother worked together to learn more about the world and how to produce other anomalies like these avatars. That's some background information, bit of lore kind of dump. The
Is it like
secret
spirits talking to her?
is
The
it
spirits
sorry.
from long ago? Like that's how she finds out?
Yeah, so this is kind of like as you're walking down the crowded street, you notice that all the Fae around you stand still. Everything stops. And it seems in this moment, as you're walking, the whole world seems to go to a pause.
I think outsiders would just see her eyes go like really bright white as she's walking.
Because you know a lot about this being already, you know for a fact that she is at home right now and she is no longer in control of her plans. Something has gone wrong in her current world, which is why she has not left. The conversation with Aslor earlier in the day kind of sparked this knowledge, but it seems to be confirmed by the collective consciousness of all these beings in Fairwind, feeding you bits of tidbits of information, almost.
Alona will give them all a small blessing and then she'll disconnect.
As everyone walks again. Those of you in the party, you do notice that everyone stops walking, and it seems as if a giant crowd in front of you appears, so you have to stop walking for a second while Alona is incapacitated to learn this information. And you see her taking in what seems to be golden wisps of light and embers flicking off of people, getting pulled towards her. Um, and yeah.
Alona just doesn't acknowledge it when she gets like when she goes back to normal.
Yeah. Um,
You all right there?
Oh yes, just talking to the spirits.
That's fair.
while this is happening, I would like to bring up a few other little things. It seems as if, even though Alona, you are the conduit, everyone else seems to get a bit of a glimpse of other things as these embers brush against your skin. Um, Fruit Bat, you see your dream come true. You see a bridge divided, finally collapsed as the water rushes in. The world is once again whole. But this is how it was always meant to be. You are going to put things back in their place. For Clarabelle, you see the formation of these beings and you're reminded of your own birth. Similarly to them, where they were born in a glade, you were born deep in a field of flowers. Similarly, you yourself are a concept. And in your mind's eye, you start to feel a sharp burning as something else learns this information and grows. Celadrin, you probably get up the glimpses of Allah's birth, but you also pick up glimpses of the shadows of this realm. You kind of understand that the Pedwar have put a darkness on this world, and even though it looks happy and bright, it is not so underneath. Xander would see the elves, and Zoldan similarly would see the elves as they once were, native rulers to the land and emissaries between the upper and lower world. Who am I missing? Crimson. Crimson would see a people united, and he sees someone leading them, and feels a deep connection to that leader, and a bit inspired by this knowledge. Typically, I wouldn't do this for Legend Lore. I would just let the one person gain the knowledge. The reason why I'm letting everyone else get a bit of the tidbit of information is for two reasons. One, you also seem like a little bit connected at the moment, but Alona is literally dragging this knowledge from people around her, and the embers of this knowledge are touching you guys as they're going to her. So Alona, you would kind of get a lot of that. That's your gift for International Women's Day.
Thank
Now to take the
you.
towel.
Yes,
Oh my
women
God.
in power.
There's a lot of women in today's story. That wasn't even intentional. I just cooked with that.
Good job. Good job. You're a
Yeah.
feminist.
I've finally been allocated the title. As you guys continue walking forward and the crowds seem to sway and move out of your way, you end up leaving. And you see the path ahead of you, yellow bricks with what seems to be mossy breakouts underneath, and a golden barrier deflecting these giant tendrils of earth and plants from slamming into it. The barrier itself seems to be holding, the path seemed to be safe, and you see your way forward. You walk. You walk for what feels to be almost the whole day. Tired and a little bit sleepy, you guys decide to set up camp in one of the safe zones where there's a bubble of its own unique glow. As you sit around the fire, you seem to find food inside your tents. The food is what you would consider to be your favorite food, um, and seems to be cooked fresh.
You're telling me I have a strawberry milkshake?
You do have a strawberry milkshake.
You guys. You guys. Look. Do you want one?
Don't you only have one?
Oh, I can share.
No,
Come
I'm,
on.
I'm good, thank you.
Everybody have a sip of my strawberry milkshake.
Fruit Bat picks up a bug off the ground and he says, "It looks like it needs a little bit of spice," and he puts it on your milkshake.
She picks it up and eats it. Yeah, I've had better.
Big dog. You're my favorite auntie, Elena.
You. That is an honor. How many aunties do you have? Just so I get a feeling.
A couple.
Okay.
You can't have them.
That's not an answer.
I was going to say, that's not a very definitive answer.
bounties do you have?
I think one.
Can I have their name?
No.
I think I remember one of your parents' names. I won't say it, but like, I remember you telling me.
No, probably I told you at some point.
Do you
No,
want
it's
to play
actually very
card?
likely that I told you. We are no. I'm not losing again.
No,
Absolutely
please.
not.
It's we have to wait all night. We need something to do. Okay, maybe I'll watch. You play with someone else.
Zoldan and Crimson are sitting together. Zoldan is eating what seems to be like a plain bread with a jam on it and seems to be sipping on a blue drink. While Crimson is sitting there with a steak with some roast potatoes and a bit of rosemary on top. I'd let anyone who knows Varith roll a history check and an insight check.
Both or just one?
Just one, your choice.
Hell yeah. Okay. Insight. Natural 20 for a 30 overall.
I need to pull up.
You ruined my days, Emily. You ruined my days.
She knows him.
History or insight?
It was
25.
insight, by the way.
I'll do insight on Xander.
Oh, I've never been so happy. I love getting natural 20s on things for Vareth.
That'll be an 11 for Xander.
Anyone who got a 10 or higher, you can kind of tell that there is not love, but respect and effort put in. The meals seem to be very nutrient rich. For anyone who rolled a 20 or higher, who did roll a 20 or higher actually? It was me as Zoldan. Anyone else?
I got
Emily,
a
please.
30.
No.
Something kind of crosses your mind. The last time Varith made food for everyone, there was no love in it. There was no attention to detail. Most importantly, they weren't catered to everyone. These meals are catered. And Varith is currently incapacitated. There is no way he could have made these meals. So someone else has made these fresh meals and put them in your tents.
Magic.
Who? Food bad? Makes this food.
I didn't see anybody making food, so
But like,
he could also just be
generally.
like another dad.
Okay.
Or it could have been Squid or Boar or anyone. Oh.
Does Alona get the feeling, because like, of the 30, that this was made by anyone other than Vareth?
That's probably.
Sorry, Steve, you say something?
I was gonna say that's probably a good question to ask.
Is that Connell's pie in Alona's tent?
It definitely could be Connell's pie, actually. Once again, these are foods that someone who has to know you very well would need to know. The food hasn't been tampered with.
But is it? Does she know it's Vareth's cooking?
The
Is it?
plates that it is served on seem to be a type of metal. It's not like the last time that Tenacity brought food through for everyone on the wooden cart that had like wooden bowls and stuff like that. It's not like the time in the Colosseum where a variety of meals were laid out. It's not any of the meal times at the commune that had very easy to make kind of gruel to preserve resources. This is extravagant, and a lot of time and effort has been put into this.
Appreciate it. Whoever did it, do it. Just want to point that out. Very
Auntie,
nice.
are you really going to complain about this? Oh no, my steak is too buttery. My lobster too
So it is
raw.
suspicious.
On those pie.
We're very likely going to our deaths. I'm just assuming that somebody's looking after us. It's okay, because I'm not really going to die. You guys might though.
Well, I guess I will take first watch.
Watch is uneventful. If that's what you could call hundreds of tendrils slamming into the gold, looking for you, trying to pierce the veil of golden light that is currently protecting you all. It's
To learn how
quite,
to commune with spirits during her
yeah.
watch.
Can you tell me what the ability does?
No, I just mean like, can she
Oh, in
feel
general.
them?
Um,
Yeah.
Roll a luck roll.
Is that a percentile?
Yep. It's my favorite roll.
Okay. 85.
It's a bit of a dangerous time at the moment. A lot of people have been injured by Lobad's rampage. Other people are losing crops due to Riartha and other uh, kind of
Temper tantrums. That's what they are.
yeah,
Temper
yeah.
tantrums.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah, they're temper tantrums. They're all kind of looking for things at the moment. They're all kind of reaching their hands out, and a lot of people have suffered, and a lot of people are asking for sanctuary. Um, you notice as you sit there, I assume meditating, um, that in your mind's eye, it seems as if more strands of wheat have appeared. You're able to go up to them and provide solace. You're able to hear the cries of people calling for help, and you're able to at least help their mental load by making them less stressed and providing a little bit of guidance.
You will sing to them. She will sing out loud in general, lullabies, so the whole party also has the feeling of comfort.
Performance check.
Ooh, okay, let's do that.
I'm a bad person.
That's a 21.
21. Yeah, you seem to be able to soothe the minds of those who are reaching out to you. For those of you who've left tent doors open or in your hammocks currently, or your swags, as Crimson is, you're able to feel a little bit less stressed about tomorrow. The headway that you guys have made and lack of forces resisting you has made it quite an easy travel. Celadrin's ability to know where the exact path to take has also helped exponentially. Um, why doesn't everyone describe how the characters are actually reacting to this song? Zoldan seems to be up training for a while, but as soon as you start to sing, he decides to go to sleep. And he's able to relax. Crimson is by the fire, and after a while, he kind of joins in a little bit with humming along to the melodies. Um, what about you, Fruit Bat?
I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. Fruit Bat's going to pull its fiddle out and try and add to it.
Roll a performance first.
Oh, that was so close to a 1.
It's cocked on my screen, DM.
What was it?
It was a
It was
12.
It was a 12. It cocked between 15 and 7. It was very sad. I didn't realize that could happen.
There's a ghost in the network that's telling Thomas what I want him to. The fiddle seems to help out, giving a +3 to your performance roll from earlier. And honestly, the humming that is kind of accompanying you and providing a harmonic line also kind of bumps it up to, let's say, an even 25. I'd let everyone add. What's your second favorite dice, Emily?
My second favorite?
No, your second favorite.
Ooh, probably a D10.
D10. I'd let everyone add a D10's worth of temporary hit points to their hit points.
Ooh.
I can't
Ooh.
add that. I can't do that with.
Yeah,
Ah.
just remember.
Yep.
I'm just
How do I do that? D10 or more.
So you're gonna roll the dice, and then on your screen, your hit points up the top right. If you just click the temp one, it should
Yeah.
allow you to
I'll
add
put a number in.
to it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Oh, the max roll as well. That's very good.
Awesome. How do you react to the music that's going on at the moment, Celadrin?
I think Saturn is just gonna be a bit more peaceful than he usually is. Just a little bit more relaxed. A little bit more. Just kind of vibe with it. I think that's gonna be the reaction.
100%, yeah. You're kind of just listening and having a bit of a calmer time.
Yeah.
What about
Listen,
Xander?
Saturn has had a rough time. Okay, like it's not been.
Yeah. Well, you can see that Zoldan is using this as a good time to get some rest, and Crimson is just kind of humming along, enjoying the moment. Like I wasn't expecting much from anyone in this
Yeah.
at this point. Just more like a how does your character like the music? Um, Easty, how are your characters responding?
I'd say Clarabelle would just kind of be humming along cheerfully, still chewing on poppy seeds. Whereas Xander would probably have a bit more of a contemplative expression as he listens along.
Yeah, 100%. Very cool.
Somewhere in the world, there is a elemental plane where a blue guy is like, "Ah, what's that nice song?"
Yeah.
A sound other than thunder and wind.
And it's a pretty uneventful watch, Alona. Who would you like to pass the torch to?
She will pass the torch to Crimson.
Crimson. Crimson's watch. Let's see. I have to roll physical dice. That's right. I forgot. And I put my dice
Hashtag
back
teeth
where I
life.
put 'em. Ugh. Hashtag don't have access to everyone's character sheets live. He rolled a 19. Brilliant. As everyone else is resting and asleep, some native animals come along the track, and they seem to be ruffling around the camp. Crimson runs up to them and shoos them off, but one of the larger ones attempts to fight him. A quite large badger, let's say, a giant badger, that is lacking any tattoos or markings, so he knows that he can put it down if he must. After a few quick blows and dodging out of the attacks, he manages to kill the poor badger, who is so hungry that it needed to scavenge this food. Um, it's not something that Crimson wants to do, but unfortunately, at this point, it is something that must be done because you guys cannot spare resources at the moment. It's a bit sad. Then he'll just sit there, kind of staring at the fire, kind of pondering. He's thinking back on the people that he left behind to make sure that you guys were able to succeed. And in doing so, he's kind of failed his personal mission. He really wants to protect the refugees. It's his family, it's his home. And unfortunately, due to rabbits pillaging before he came to the Colosseum, a lot of his people have perished. He's a bit upset, and he decides to give up his watch about 10 to 20 minutes earlier than he should have. He simply cannot deal with the fact of the way things have been, and he wakes up Zoldan to talk to Zoldan about it. They share memories of these people. They share memories of the people they may have lost. Um, I'd like everyone to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Everyone?
Yeah,
Right.
everyone.
Oh, what have we
It's
done?
not a negative thing. It's not a negative thing.
Okay, cool. I have the same modifier.
19.
Let me know if you roll lower than a 5.
Does a 6
So
count?
for Xander, it's
That is not lower than a 5, Nicholas.
12, and
Counting's hard. Shut up.
Clarabelle is 22.
Cool. So everyone passes. Celadrin, you are a little bit different. Because you're meditating, it's a little bit easier for you to be stirred out of your meditation. I assume you're meditating. Are you sleeping?
Yes. No, I always meditate.
You meditate.
I-
Cool, cool. Sorry, I had to double check.
Yeah, no, no. Of course.
You kind of hear in the back of your mind's eye, you're having this really weird kind of lucid dream about you fighting birds for some reason. And at some point during the dream, the birds start talking, and you kind of hear um, these two people who, one of which you would consider an ally, the other is someone who has tried to help you guys in your journey through Fairwind, discussing all the people they've lost and kind of what's happened along their lives and their pathways to get to this point. And honestly, I think inherently you kind of remember the people in Fairwind that you may have kind of unfortunately hurt. Obviously, while under Allah, you did a few things that were not necessarily evil, but definitely weren't good. There were things to help
Yeah.
kind of push you on your path of trying to betray them. And it kind of reminds you of that. And at a point during the night, you realize that they're both quite upset. As Crimson goes to bed and Zoldan is left up by himself.
Okay. Assume the correct thing to do is talk to Zoldan, but so we're gonna do that.
I'll just let Thomas say whatever he wants to say real quick.
Yeah.
That is just watching the entire thing. He's just in a trance for 4 hours. So
Same as meditation. You wouldn't be.
No, I know, but if it's halfway through the night, he's probably up doing stuff now.
Oh, that's true. You've only got 4 hours. Yeah, you can interact if you want.
He's just like going around the campsite, just going into people's tents, watching.
Wait, so you're just watching them sleep?
Yeah, it's fruit bat.
You get
Who
real
doesn't
Thimble
watch?
vibes, bud. You get real Thimble vibes.
I was
Before
gonna
we
say
get
like
into
that
that,
reminds me of Simba.
before we get into that, we might do the Zoldan slash Celadrin bit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Celadrin's just gonna kind of much go up and, you know, he's not gonna apologize for overhearing because they were the ones speaking so loud, but he's just gonna be like, hey, you know, kind of heard what you guys are talking about, you know.
It's not eavesdropping if they're shouting.
Exactly. Like it's not my fault they said it. And he'll pretty much just be like, hey, you know, how not how's it going, but like, is everything
How's
all
it going,
right?
boys?
Trying to, just trying to be maybe help a bit, with the emotional stuff.
Yeah. You guys are talking for about an hour. It is a little bit of a long chat, and he kind of mentions a few people that you're aware of as well. At first, he kind of says, "Yeah, Crimson and I." What's Soldan's accent? Has he got an accent?
No.
All right, cool. He kind of talks about like, yeah, for a while, Crimson and I actually had the same mentor, Michael. And unfortunately, he perished as you arrived to come and grab me before the Colosseum. Um, Crimson forgot because of Alphanid's deal, but I was able to remind him of some of the things, and it seems to have brought back a bit of the feelings and emotions there. You know, we've kind of met some of the same elves in our time here, and kind of met up with them through your brief ventures into the cities. Um, and it's just a bit of a shame that I was aware that they were never good people. But I was holding out hope, you know. Like I did hope they'd help the refugees, but they just didn't.
I see. That
Stream on that.
that is unfortunate, but sadly, the way it works, people are not very truthful to what they claim to be. You know, it's sadly a truth of this life, and I'm sorry you had to go through that. But I'm sure you'll bounce back just fine. You know? Sure.
Roll your choice, whatever you want to roll, man.
Sure. Sure.
I don't know. Is that a persuasion? It could be a persuasion or a deception, honestly.
Honestly, kind of think of intimidating him. No. Persuade.
You will be
Persuasion. We
okay.
can. Okay. We'll go persuasion. 13. Will we be okay? Is that
He does seem a little less conflicted, but he is still conflicted. This is a bit of a hard topic.
it is? Yeah.
He kind of he does sit there for a hot second, and then he goes, "Why did you never stay with the elves? They would have just let you in and let you be happy. You're a full elf. In fact, you're one of the only drow in Fairwind. They would have given you leadership roles. They would have given you power if you asked for it."
Honestly, a mixture of things. I should have some debts to pay and some things to make right. And I also still, it was a boring life that they offered. That's not my life. Um, so yeah, it would have never worked, I think.
Yeah. I guess it's a bit different. I guess I'm a bit addicted to training and getting better. I feel like I need to step up a bit and work with you guys. I want to get to your level. I want to be as strong as you. And I guess that's just something that kind of stuck with me the last 30 years.
No, that's fair. I can understand that. It is a bit of a like honestly, I'm not even the powerhouse of this party if we're completely honest here. But it takes some time and some recklessness to get to where we are. And I'm sure you said yourself you like training. I'm sure you will get there in no time. It just literally takes time.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I've been alive for like hundreds of years, so
Yeah. Does anyone remember what Zoldan's views on how Steladrin acted with Alona? Does anyone remember that?
I don't know if he really had a reaction.
Yeah, okay. He might just leave it there then. Kind of deep in thought. And he says, "Do you mind taking the last watch for me? I trust you to look after us."
sure, I can take the last watch. That's fine.
And then Celadrin murders us all.
And that's exactly what I'm doing.
Wow, that's so cool.
He learned to turn on
You
Fury like
fool!
a
Trusted the
pro.
wrong person.
Rip that stop, just sit there.
Oh
And
my-
just like, just fucking try it, bro.
At what point does his good grace with Alona like run out?
Yeah, no. I said it's not going to betray the party yet, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Cool.
just before we wrap up that nighttime session, was anyone else wanting to do anything?
Nah, fam.
That's a solid no.
Sorry, I was responding to Emily in the meme channel. Let me just look at Emily's character sheet real quick to see what I can take away from her.
Her other
Um,
arm.
Let's go. You guys wake up and you pack up camp quickly. Xander and Zoldan seem to be working very efficiently as a team. I don't think anyone's really brought up yet, but some of you have met up over the last couple of years. For those of you who are stuck here a bit longer, either due to magical means or due to just the world itself kind of holding you guys back a little bit. Zoldan met up with you over his 30 years, Celadrin. You're not sure how much time passed, as you're a little bit goal driven. You tend to get a little bit hyper focused. But you know that you did work with him on 2 occasions. There was also a few occasions where he worked with Xander, and Xander worked with you. Um, the beings above you, not to say that they're actually above you, but in regards to you guys kind of being emissaries, like you were an emissary to Allah. Xander was a bit of an emissary for both the Silver King and the Watcher, and Zoldan was an emissary for the elves. Um, it seemed very strange that a lot of the times the goals that you guys were trying to do lined up with each other. You know, you kind of thought that Allah was inherently evil, but sometimes all she wanted was to ensure that an animal didn't come and destroy a city, or that a rot was cleared. And similarly, Xander had some of those things where he thought that some people were better than they were, but then they asked him to go and kill a child. Law scare. Um, um, but yeah, you see them working together almost in silence, kind of picking up each other's movements and stuff, and knowing exactly how to pack up the camp. Alona, this is good for you to see as well. It almost feels kind of like you're back on Perodia, like it's not too big of a deal that you guys are currently getting harassed by these giant plants and your lives are being turned upside down. You quickly get on the road, and about after 4 hours of travel and 1 or 2 snack breaks, um, you end up at Caithus's cottage. The last 2 times you guys came here, she was outside gardening, but today you rock up and it is not gardening, but something is a little bit different. The lights in the house are on, and the fireplace seems to be stoking. The plants around you seem to bend and sway towards you, almost looking at you. When you get close to them, you notice the fine teeth on the inside of the petals, the drool that is dripping out of some of them. Uh, and the garden is overgrown. It seems as if it's reaching out, trying to find someone to love it, but there is no one there to support it. There is no one outside. What would you like to do?
Do we know if she's actually been like reborn yet, or
Whoa, could you say that again for me, Easty?
do we know if she's actually been like reborn yet after the?
Yes. So the last time you guys were here, she didn't die. She made a deal so you guys would leave her alone. Because she
Yes.
kind of realized that, oh, you guys are going to kill me again, and I'm going to wait longer.
Alona
You would
will tell them that
also,
she knows she's here.
yeah, you would also know a few other things, Xander, just from your conversations with Vareth, and a few other beings. Whenever she dies, if she doesn't have the thing that she hates most close to her, she comes back. But when she's at the other place where she regenerates, she becomes stronger and she becomes resistant to the things that killed her. So fighting her again may be a bit different. You may need to find a new strategy to kill her if it comes to that. And yeah, is there anything you want to say to that? Sorry, EC?
Right, no, that was just more Easty asking
Yeah.
if we knew what state she was in.
Yep, too easy. Yes, so she is at home. She is hiding away. Uh, Emily, what were you saying? Sorry, that was really.
Oh, don't worry about me.
Don't worry about you. Okay.
I was being
You
stupid and fun.
you kind of stand there looking at the door, and Thomas waves his hand at me, so he wants to speak.
Griffin wants to go to the door and say, "Yo, what's up? Let us in. We gotta talk."
You all notice as you're kind of talking amongst each other what the best kind of plan is to go into this. Just before we start as well, just a reminder, the layout of Kathwis's house is basically 6 rooms, I think, maybe 7. There's a foyer when you walk in, which has got a few couches and a long table that's got food on it. After that, inside that room, it's kind of almost like a hut. Um, it's wooden floors, it's wooden table. The plates and like are made out of clay. And the cutlery, there isn't really cutlery. You kind of use your hands. It's mostly pick food that you're able to pick up and eat. Um, there's a few statues in there that are of Kathwis and her allies. Then there is a painting on the wall of Allah with Kathwis on the right and Lianin the vampire on the left. Um, Following this, there is a quite a large room that seems a bit more modern with cobble floors and it's almost like a hall with library shelves stacked around and rugs on the floor. Does anyone remember what was on the rugs?
Maps into
like-
Perodia. So we had
Well,
been.
specifically, yeah, like where we've been.
Yeah, it was places that you guys had fought in the past and almost or did lose. Um, the maps at the time was the Wisteria Garden, which is where you guys almost lost to Wisteria's zombies. It was the Iron Dragon fight, where you guys lost in regards to losing Ariette. And the other one was, I think, your fight with Hunter. Um, in that room, there was a statue that you guys defaced. Tenacity, Fruitbat, and Clarawell would remember the last time you guys were there. It was repaired, but the cracks were still visible in it. Um, a desk with a unique chest beside it was also in the room, so it seemed more like a meeting room where she would kind of have people come in and communicate with her. Up on the left-hand side, and above the staircase, was the alchemy room, where there were the books that were stolen, various alchemical components, and potions. Kathwis used that room as a bit of a bunker during your fight the first time, where she was drinking the potions to get HP back and a bit more utility. On the right hand side up the staircase is the, let's say, experiment room, which was a lot darker, was very dirty. It had boxes of old possessions from people. And cages. In some of the cut cages, specifically 2, there were blast marks. One of which was fractal purple and blue and white, almost opaline in nature. The other one was a bit redder and darker. I don't know if you guys saw that one actually, but I've described it for you now. And then there was an attic upstairs, which was similar wood to the main area, but it had a large desk with a bunch of baubles around it. This is the room where you managed to defeat her the first time, where you kind of locked her in. As you go up to the door and knock through that, the door opens. In Fairwind, this is very strange, especially someone who is as powerful as Kathwis. There would be spells on this door to make it that only she and people she wanted to come inside were able to enter, but you do not feel a spell on the door. This is very much a something seems to be wrong.
Maybe we should all hold hands or something.
Fruit Bat wants to like walk around and like look through all the windows and just see what he can see.
Looking in, you see the main rooms, the foyer-like area. The windows are kind of dark, almost as if they haven't been cleaned on the outside. You can tell the insides are clean though, just because of your vision being so spectacular. Another thing I forgot to mention is that there doesn't seem to be a gold bubble encasing this hut, but the plants are not attacking it or you guys.
Alona's just gonna call out Kathus's name. Very like
There
sing
is
song.
no response.
Well,
Something else be here.
didn't she have a little assistant? What was the assistant's name? Does anybody know?
Wagnus? That other guy?
Wagnus. Yes, yes, yes. Wagnus!
You see something scurrying inside as the small female Boggle seems to be moving inside, scurrying along quietly. Uh, she pops her head outside the door and says, "Shut up! Be quiet!
Way?
You don't want her to know you're here.
That's kind
Come in.
What?
Shh. Come in."
Okay. Alona will
you-
follow quietly.
I moved you guys to the correct map, but I did not move myself. You walk in. The floors seem to be dusty. The chairs that you sat on last time with the upholstery seems to be almost covered in mildew. The food that was on the table, which was a variety of sweets, meats, and baked goods, looks fresh and inviting still, but you know not to be tempted by it. The statues around the place have been cleaned, and the fire is running. The stone walls seem to bring in the heat from outside and seems to cool you guys down. As you're looking around, Wagnus is being very close to the floor and is prompting you guys to follow each step that she takes, being quiet and sure in your foot placement. I would like everyone who is magical in nature to roll an arcana check. I would like everyone who is not magical in nature to roll a perception check. If you would like to do the opposing roll, you need to give me a reason as to why.
Sorry,
Sorry,
what?
am I magical in nature?
You are not magical in nature,
I'm
Celadra.
not magical. Okay.
So are you a
Let's-
spellcaster?
Yeah, if you're a spellcaster, basically.
Oh, I thought the race. Okay,
Arcana.
that makes more sense.
I got a 14.
So what am I rolling again if I'm not Arcana? I'm rolling
Perception.
Perception.
Is Arcana actually used to detect spells? Because
A 6.
It's to recall lore and stuff. I'm gonna let it run this way anyway. Once again, you guys can use the opposing roll if you want to. I just kind of want.
I'll just say because then because otherwise it might kind of take away just the idea of detect magic being a thing. If we can just go, oh, I'll just do an Arcana check.
You're not gonna be able to tell. You'll find that out in a second. Um,
Oh, okay.
anyone
just
who.
Questions that I have.
No, that's good. That's good. That's absolutely fine. Did anyone roll above a 25?
Xander did not.
So what happens at a nat 1?
You blow up.
You blow up. You
No,
die.
I just
Neither of the
honestly I
barbarians.
don't even perceive the floor. I just trip and fall on my face. That's what happens.
Kathos comes out and kills you all. Sorry, what did Xander get?
Not 25. He physically can't get 25.
What about Clarabelle?
Like 12.
Alona?
14.
Cool.
We really need an intelligence-based character.
We had one, she did. You know why she did? Henry crashed out one time.
I'll just describe a few things as we're going along. You guys are kind of walking slowly and quietly. Cathus, Wagnus seems to be looking left and right, kind of keeping an eye out for something.
What's going on?
I don't know your guys' walking order. We won't worry about that. Sorry, I'll just go through in regards to where you guys are in the DM in the Discord call. Ilona, you've been to this place before. The last time you were here, though, you were a little bit sick, both mentally and physically, and you weren't really, let's say, consuming the information in front of you. This does not seem like a traditional building in Fairwind. Buildings tend to be kind of wacky, a little bit weird. There's something normally, let's say, uncanny valley about it, right? Like it's almost like they're pretending to have these homes. This hut is definitely not like that. It seems as if this was modeled off of somewhere else and not like the buildings in Pan or Pader where there are a few refugees from other places. This seems to be almost like it was pulled from a different place. Celadrin,
Yeah.
you kind of keep looking back over at the statue that allowed you to go down into the basement, the last room in this area, and where you collected the book and Allah's trinket. Um, the thought about kind of your change in perception and where your life was going completely changed at that point for the last period of time, and it really did affect who you are as a person. Um, Things turned out right in the end, and you're kind of thankful for Alona, and you kind of move closer towards her to make sure that she's not in trouble. Fruit bat, I'm sorry, what did you roll again? 14?
Fruitbat rolled a 23, which is lower than his passive. So that's a bit upsetting.
I'll skip you for now. Xander,
Xander got like a 5, dude.
you're looking at that food, man.
He
That's
hasn't
a
hit
lot
his
of nice
protein-
food.
He hasn't hit his protein goals for the day.
You have not hit your protein for the day. The only thing that is keeping your hand is the fact that you know that if you eat that without permission, you're going to owe some time. And then you start weighing up, oh, well, it only takes really realistically like 15 minutes to cook a chicken. Like it maybe takes about 3.5 to 4 weeks to cook it enough to this point. I could stay here for 5 weeks. um, Clarabelle, what did Clarabelle roll?
Like 12.
12. You're similar, very similar. Kind of looking at the food, kind of like thinking about it, looking around, kind of taking it in, taking in the sights. Um, the place itself feels evil to you. It feels wrong. Um,
Another poppy seed.
God damn it, same shit, different day. Crimson, similarly, looking at the food, watching Wagnus with a very keen eye, stepping exactly where they're stepping, looking out after you guys too, kind of looking where you guys are standing and stuff, trying to make sure you guys are following similar processes. Fruit bat, you feel as if you can't see very far at the moment. It almost feels like your perception is getting reined in. It feels like a cloud kind of is hanging over this place. And Zoldan with the nat 20, uh, he kind of looks at everyone worried. And he says, this room doesn't feel right. It feels like there are eyes on us. He takes 2 steps away from the group and wipes some webs off of a statue. Thinking nothing of it, he returns back to the group, and you continue forward. Before we continue, is there anything else anyone would like to do in this room? I will take that as a no. You guys step into the main meeting area of this house, the hall. The water that is pumping out of the statue ahead of you seems to be murky, and a much darker blue than it traditionally is. Looking at the bookcases, you notice that the books are not neatly lined up. Some of them are half strewn across the room, open, as if someone is researching and trying to correctly something or assume something. It seems as if the inhabitants who live here have been very stressed over the last couple of days, as if something has gone wrong. Wagnus kind of goes lower to the floor, looking up at the attic door that is half ajar. What's everyone's passive perceptions again? Anyway, if your passive perception is above a 20, you can hear Varith and Caithwis talking. You can't hear exactly what they're saying, but you can hear them talking.
So fruit
Can
bat
we
hears
storm
before.
it?
Fruitbat can obviously hear that. He has a passive perception of 28.
Oh wait, yeah, I can't hear that shit. So ignore me.
Actually, what's Clarabelle's? Clarabelle's is 18. Yeah, so only only fruit bat would have heard that, I think.
Sorry, what did you say before that, Easty?
I was just checking, double checking what the passives were for Clarabelle.
Oh yeah, cool. I'm just gonna ask Thomas. Thomas, can we pause the recording for 2 minutes? Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for that short delay. As the group walks into the main hallway, the sound of their foots on the cobblestones are slightly muffled as they hear the voices from above. For those of you who've got a passive perception of 16 or higher, the more important people in my eyes, you would notice that you can hear something ripping and tearing coming from the alchemy room. But the thing that is ripping and tearing can't be Caithwis because her voice is in the attic. Wagnus starts to walk up the left-hand stairs. Would you guys like to follow her, or would you like to go straight to Caithwis?
Clarabelle
Alone is
will
following Vareth, where his voice is coming from.
Clarabelle will go look in the experiment room.
Theoden is following Ilona.
Yep. I feel like Crimson would follow Clarabelle, Zoldan would follow the main group. Fruitbat, what are you up to?
Fruitbat, he's coming for Caithwis, so he's going to go to Caithwis. But is he going to look down? Would he have an opportunity to just poke his head in, or
To the study? No, it's up a flight of stairs. Kind of hard because Reese made the maps, so I don't have it active.
Oh, good. Yeah, no. I will go Caithwis' way.
Sorry, I'm just uploading a few more pictures just because there are a few people who we haven't kind of seen in a while, and I just want everyone to be able to remember who they are. I'm going to do the people who went left first, just for a little bit of catch up, I guess you could call it. Shut up, dude. Jazz, Emily's bullying me. I can't even say anything about it because it's International Women's Day. Okay, sorry. For those of you who are going up the left following Wagnus, Wagnus seems really stressed out that the other people are not following her direction, but that is okay. What I'm going to do, this looks really gross, so I do apologize for that. I'll move this over here first. Does anyone remember this friend, even though they're highly pixelated? I'll send it to the art
That's
group
the
as well.
healing lady fairy, baby. Fairy.
Yeah.
I remember that was the form Vareth's healing spirit took when he cast it.
Yeah, so that is Itilt.
That's it. She's freaky lady.
She is a bit freaky. In the past, Tenacity went by the medical area that was in the Fairy Grotto, and she saw that Itilt has taken on a much larger size. Standing about 9 feet tall with her dragonfly-like wings emanating a golden glow, she stood over Xander with his skull open and his chest in a similar fashion, putting her hands elbow deep into the rib cage and pulling out organs and putting them back. Similarly, those of you who've walked up the left-hand side notice that the tables have had components stripped, and on it is Tenacity. Tenacity has been fully dissected. Her organs are left on the table.
Fuck
However,
me,
the
bro.
organs are still functioning, and Tenacity has
International
got
Women's Day as well.
What the on International Women's
a
Day?
rag that is shoved in her mouth to stop the screams from emanating throughout the building.
What the fuck?
She is stooped over with spindly insectoid like fingers, rummaging around, seemingly stitching back together. Each individual stitch comes with another moan out of Tenacity's voice, out of her covered mouth. As you see this fairy slowly putting back together your friend.
That's kind of fucked up.
Wait,
Now, I
so
didn't expect
both
to see this.
wait wait, so both of them are being dissected and
No,
stitched
so
together.
no. So Xander was
Th-
healed
using that as
at
the example.
at the Fairy Grotto, so where the Colosseum stuff was.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of bringing up the times you've seen Itild. At the
Ah,
moment, it is
I
only
see.
Itild in the room. There is no lights. The only light is coming off of her wings and her body, um, kind of casting a shadow
And tenacity,
over
right? Like,
Tenacity's
okay.
still beating corpse.
Henry, that's fucking not evil.
Wagnus gestures towards Itild and kind of does like a hurry it up motion. And you notice Itild go, ah, why does it always have to be me? She picks up the organs and slams them back into the chest haphazardly. She opens up her dress and a second set of arms come out, as each arm is individually sewing up parts of the body with golden silk. As Tenacity is reconnected together and formed anew. She looks almost the exact same, except you can see all over her body scars of where the golden stitches have now burned and created burn scars to connect it together. Tenacity collapses after the intense amount of pain of having everything put back into you. I'm going to put a 50 HP debuff on Tenacity. So if you could remove 50 HP from Tenacity for me, please, Elena, that would be wonderful.
Ilona just starts walking to tenacity and starts beating her up to get rid of 50 HP.
Stop calling me. I didn't even catch it that time.
Sorry,
Oh,
can
guys,
you
guys,
remove
guys.
50 max HP off of Tenacity?
You know what I actually get to do? I get to stop being dead.
You do get to stop being dead. I'm so nice. I'm such a nice guy.
Yay.
Isn't that right, everyone?
Yay.
What
Anyway,
happens if we say no?
To me being a nice guy? Oh, I just kill you right
Yeah.
now.
so I
Ah,
have
okay.
50 less.
No, you're a great guy. Fantastic, even.
I'm
some
a
would say.
fantastic guy. Yeah,
Oh
you got
my.
a 50 less.
And I'm
It's almost like your
unconscious.
organs have been put back in the wrong spot.
And I'm unconscious.
Is this lady even a qualified surgeon?
What do you
Here's
think?
You have actually been healed by her in the past in Parodia. And back then, when she was small and little, she just used her aura to heal you. Like, she'd just run up to you and heal you using Cure Wounds. she's not using any magic right now. She's just like actively sewing her up with magical thread and pretending like it's all right. She seems to be getting a kick out of it too. She's enjoying this.
Okay, we should definitely find an actual doctor. This is like Tenacity is not gonna live very long with her lungs and organs in the wrong places.
She's not gonna live up to her name.
Open it back
Like,
up.
I wouldn't be surprised if her heart was underneath her stomach at this point. Like,
I'm gonna grab the fairy by like one of the buns, and I'm gonna say,
can't do that. You went to Cathus's room.
you're over 9 feet tall? How are you getting up there?
I'm not even there. I'd crawl
Oh.
up there. Okay.
That makes sense.
Just a reminder: the people who went to this room are Crimson, Clarabelle. I think that was it, right? Crimson, and
Just
Clarabelle.
those two, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not grand. I'm not gonna lie. There's just blood everywhere. A once neat workshop that neither of you had seen, seems to be absolutely trashed. The lights are out. There doesn't even seem to be any fire bubbling under the cauldrons. It smells like this has been going on for at least a couple of days. With that cheery note, for the rest of the party, I put up Cathus onto the screen. This is a little bit of an older photo of Cathus. This is Cathus when Varith was first getting experimented on the second time round. She is sitting at her desks with her fingers interlocked, her elbows on the table. Up here, it smells like lavender, and the dust seems to not be here. It seems as if this room specifically has been very well looked after, except for the books that are strewn all over the floor. Varith is sitting in a chair, locked up with chains. However, they are both talking rather casually. Cathus has not realized you guys coming up the stairs, and you catch the end of the conversation with Cathus saying, "No, you all can't do that. It'll ruin everything. You can't." I was responding, "I'm going to return everything back to the way it was, and I'm going to fix this," as you guys enter the room. Upon noticing you guys come in, Aluna's tail is instantly cut off.
Shut the fuck up.
You shouldn't have been yapping in the group chat.
I wasn't. You have no evidence.
You notice that Cathus looks straight to Varith and clicks her fingers, sewing his mouth shut as soon as you guys walk in. And she looks at you all horrified.
Can someone just say you left the door unlocked?
You're not
we
meant
took
to
it as-
be here. What are you doing?
Again, you left the door unlocked. It was an open invitation. Like,
The door did open for us when we got here.
I'm gonna do a quick contested roll with you guys. You look in her eyes.
Bold of you to assume we all make eye contact.
Yeah. Bold of you
I'm
to
looking
assume
at a
that
different
Lord
part of
just
her, if you know what I mean.
God damn.
And with them,
Maybe Seldrin
I'm
can
out
make
there, my
a
PC
deal.
Celadrin
my whole
first,
PC is dying.
first Selra, then
It's just
Caithwin.
Hey, maybe he can make a different deal to get us one.
I can change her, guys.
Rocked.
I can fix
I can
her.
fix her. I can fix her. Swear.
With my sweet Drowdic.
Sorry, can you guys catch me up on what you were saying? Just because I cut out for a second, my PC decided to kill itself.
Well,
We have a new
Celadrin
plan,
staring
we
at
have a new
Caithwas's
plan.
tits.
I just said that it's like because Emily said that it was both of you just in there were looking at her eyes, and I was like, well, I'm looking at a different part of her body, if you know what I mean. And then kind of spiraled out of control from there. Honestly.
But we
You're
haven't
allowed to be attracted to whoever you want, buddy. I'm not judging you for that.
Alona's looking at Vareth.
She rolled a 7 perception plus 21. So it's a 28. Each and every one of you can hear the fear in her voice. She is being completely honest. She seems shocked by what Vareth has just said, and the fact that you are here to get him is terrifying her.
You have
You
the
don't need to be.
to give him back right now. And continue your sick little experiments.
If I was to give him back, he would complete what he wants to do. And if he was to do that, this world would fall apart.
Yeah, but like honestly, that's what's gonna happen anyway. You know what I mean? Like you might as well just make this painless because we're gonna get him. We're gonna try and get him back anyway, and it's either by you dying or by you living. So you might as well try and live. Like
She honestly gets up out of her chair and starts backing away from you all. You
Are we
can't
supposed to?
kill me. You can't kill anyone. You need to leave.
I mean,
Are
I
you
don't
sure
know.
about that?
Maybe I could find the place where your sisters are and then you can die.
They won't fight me. Even if my sisters joined up with you both, you would not have the power.
Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want them to fight with me. I want them gone if you do not give back Vareth.
Kill them. It's
And
better
then
than
you
the.
will be weak, and then you will be useless, and then nobody will want you. None of the Pedwar will need your help. Nobody will come to you. You will be nothing. Do you get that?
Weak. You see her raise her arms up, and all of the baubles that surround you start shaking and starting to glow.
instead of
I
pulling his
wish,
dagger, like
would anyone like to do anything?
I would like to banish her.
wait, but isn't this her dimension?
She rolled a nat 1 on the banishment. She's going to use her legendary action. Give me a second. Oh, shut up, Pong. Oh my god. Yeah, so she's gonna auto succeed on the banishment, and then as a reaction, tongue twister. The hag casts counterspell in response to the spell's trigger using the same spellcasting ability as spellcasting. If the target fails its saving throw, it is cursed until the end of its next turn. If the target is cursed, it can't cast spells with a verbal component, and when it speaks, it says the opposite of what it means. Let's roll it together, Tom. It's oh wait, no, it's just me against your thingamabob. 24 beat your spell check TC. Oh, sorry, you counted the banishment that she was using. That's okay then. Instead of going through the whole rigmarole of what people are going to roll, she's used a legendary action. She doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like it's not necessarily a negative thing. That's if my computer will work. Sorry guys, my PC is not working for some reason. It is refusing to cooperate. I think it has
So-
something to do with Logitech.
The reason why Alona uses banish is because she doesn't know about the whole it can bring a lot of bad things too. She wasn't there
Why
for
isn't it
that.
letting me type, Tom? Ah, fuck's sake. You've killed my Logitech, Thomas. Why would you do this to me?
Banishment's your favorite spell, right, Em?
Me? Yeah, for sure. It's so fun. I love pissing people off with it. had all these plans. Now you're not here anymore.
At least
Honestly,
go
though,
here for
like-
the next minute.
Honestly though, like you should cast banishment on people and then just leave, and then they come back and they're like, where did you go? What the fuck? Like we were meant to fight, and you just fucking left.
But if they're fast enough, they'd be able to catch it. It's only a minute.
Hmm.
that they'll be
I
gone.
wish that you tell me everything that's happened in the past 3 days.
To
Wait,
me,
is this like who to who?
To
What?
everyone in the room.
What is this though? Charisma, persuasion?
It's
like,
wish.
No, it's wish.
It's wish.
What is wish? Sorry, catch
You
me
just
up.
Get
have
what
to
you want.
tell me. Best
There's
spell
no
you can.
counter. It's
No.
literally just I get what I want.
No, the wish
Why
is
don't I have wish? What the fuck?
it's a 9th level spell.
You know in Baldur's Gate 3 when you fight Blacketh
Yeah,
and like you can be like I'm not gonna bow to you and then she like kills you.
yeah.
Yeah, she uses a wish spell.
Well, that's fucking stupid. Okay, fine. I suppose we tell her everything over the last 3 days. How often can you cast that? Is that just an infinite cast that you can just wish for anything at all
You need
points?
spell slots.
Did we get those back by long resting?
And even then, there's
Okay,
It,
so
it
we
does
ate-
have
one of the-
negative effects for recasting.
it
Like
is
this.
it is
Okay,
one
we
of
went
the
after
few
a guy
spells
named
that has like
Rabbit.
flowback.
We then ended up with some tall dudes. We then ate some breakfast.
Can Fruitbat try and speak?
I read some books.
We did listen to
If
some
we're about to
music.
try
That
and-
was fun.
Sorry, everyone. Fruitbat's going to just yell over the top of them, and he's going to tell Kaithwith everything he had perceived over the last 3 days, from ant crawling on the grass to like he is just going to like info
We're gonna
dump.
be here for 3 days.
But that's the point. He's just gonna annoy her until she drops the spells.
If everyone, we're going to go in order. So it's going to go Emily, Nick, Thomas. I'm going to skip Thomas actually. Heck that. Tarvis, sorry, Easty, and then me. We're going to do that order. I want you to tell me everything that has happened in the last 3 days. 3 days was the Colosseum to now. Tell me the things that were important.
Ooh. Hold up, let me get my notebook. Ooh. What the fuck is it? Hello. We won. We killed Alp. I got his eyeball, and then I gave his eyeball. Oh wait, I'm a loner. I gave his eyeball to Celadrin, and I spent some time with my nieces and nephews. They're really great. She then goes in detail about all the conversations she's had with them, like lots of detail, specifically about asking them about like their relationships and blah 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 blah. She like really goes on about it, like she really cares about it. Then freaking. We thought Rabbit came back, but it was actually Rabbit, and it was really easy to tell because Rabbit's a piece of shit and smells. And then we chased him using Jads, and then she talks about Jads in a lot of detail and how much she's changed and like how she gave up one of her claws so that Alona could have her hand back. And she's like, I really love my dragon. She's really cool. I really like her. Best friend. We ended up in some tunnels with some really cool dudes who wanted to, were kind of nice, and then Lobat was all like, ugh, we killed them, and we were like, please don't do that. That's not very nice of you. We got out of that situation, and then we went up to the castle, and we had some pastries, and then she was talking in detail about the pastries and how much she liked the pastries, and how she had a really good sleep. She hasn't really had the chance to breathe since she was brought back from the dead, so she's quite tired, and it's very difficult. And then they woke up, they had some little chats about what they should do. She read some books, she read the freaky book, you know and then she was like, oh, got to talk to some spirits, they're really nice, got to like them a lot. They told her some cool stuff about the hags, which is kind of fucked up, by the way. Yo, so you know,
By the time you're kind of talking about the stuff in the Colosseum, like exactly everything that happened, you coming back, the fight between Vareth and Celadra, and all these like kind of little things, and you're probably about like 5 minutes, and each of you is saying this. Is there anything
at
that
the same
anyone
time.
else wants to add? Yeah, you guys are basically saying everything that's happened the last 3 days all at the same time. Is there anyone who wants to say anything specific? Thomas, not you, because you're gonna tell me stupid shit.
I don't know. Xander might bring up that he was the one who got the funnel blow on Alp, and that it had to be timed with the other group fighting Leviathan more.
Yeah. I think as soon as you guys talk about, let's say Alona finishes what she's saying first, and then Xander does. As soon as you mention Leviathan Moore and the fact that you killed him before you killed Alp, the entire room goes pitch black, and all you can see is Vareth's terrified eyes beaming out in the darkness as Kaithwis says, "No, wait, it's okay, we can still." And then you guys are all teleported to a domain that Celadrin
You
would
got
know
hit with the
very,
domain extension.
very well. Domain expansion, a level in Shroud. Anyway, um, you notice straight away, Celadrin, that you are right outside Allah's court. Webs are sticking to your feet. Corpses line the walls made out of wood and flesh, calling out to each and every one of you, saying how they've watched you since you've arrived and they are crying for safety. They need your help to escape. But you can't move. You're trapped, you were restrained, and you were silenced. You start to slowly move towards the door, getting ripped inside as you enter a much nicer area. As you enter this next area, the floor is not just stone and mud, it is moss and greenery. The webbing's still there, but there are nice seats for everyone, and each of you are taken to your own individual seats. Allah is standing there with Varith in her hand, shaking him like a rag doll. She looks quite upset. As you each take your spots, you notice that what was making you silent was webbing that was covering your face, almost completely invisible to each and every one of you. As you're placed in this court, Celadrin, in which you are very familiar with, I'll let Emily take it away.
Um, I guess she kind of looks around at all of you, and her stare is very intense. I mean, I think we all saw her when she did that weird interaction with Alp. And she feels different in this situation, a little less sexually charged. um, but she's very much like has this very intense demeanor as she kind of passes her eyes across each of you, really taking her time to just look over your bodies, and you just feel like she's looking at you too deeply. Um, she spends an extra amount of time kind of looking at Saladrin, and kind of you can see kind of her legs kind of move a bit, and there's like kind of almost like a shudder to her body as she like looks at him. She's holding onto Vareth quite tightly as she shakes him around, and yeah, kind of rests for a moment, and then she's like, I was wondering when I would get to see you all here. I'm sure you're all feeling proud of yourself. But I think things have gotten out of hand. And I know you've all been quite interested in leaving, and honestly, I could do with you all getting out of here. But there are deals and conditions I would like to discuss. But I only really care about Parodian opinions because, you come in and you say you're heroes and that you're going to change things. And I want to see what you would actually do if you're put in a position like that. So, you, and she points at Alerna, and then she points at Fruitbat and Clarabelle and Crimson. I don't care what you have to say. You're not Parodian, you're other things. So I want to hear from the rest of you if you'll agree to this. I want you to leave. That's pretty easy for you because that's what you want as well. But I would like Alp's eye. I know you still have it. I know exactly who has it. And she looks at Celadrin. And I want you to leave, and in exchange, I'll let you. I won't kill you where you stand. I won't wrap you in my web for all of eternity and eat your life essence slowly and painfully and bring you back and do it all over again. That's it. That's my deal. You give me Alp's eye, I let you leave. Thoughts?
We'd be taking Vareth with us.
Sure, you can have him. And she throws him on the ground.
Vareth's mask has been taken off. The deal that was put in place to protect him and his people is now gone. He looks frustrated. He looks angry that it would even try this. Zoldan calls out to Xander, to Alona, to Celadrin. This is the best way for us to get out. It's the fastest, isn't it? We don't have to even give anything up.
Alona tries to speak, and as soon as she opens her mouth, Allah just like points, and then there's like a huge amount of basically web goes into her mouth. And she's kind of just choking on it. I said she can't be a part of this conversation.
Okay. I think Celadrin is kind of going to kind of look at Allah and just be like, why would you need his eye?
You see, and she gets closer and kind of puts her legs around Celadrin so she's really close and her face gets really close. Have you ever cared for anybody before, Celadrin? Have you ever wanted somebody to be alive before, or is that something you're incapable of? Do you
No,
care for anybody?
Sorry. Keep going.
You can answer me.
I, you know, I can say I've known that feeling, but it comes and goes.
Is there anybody that, if they were taken away from you, you would want anything in the world to get them back?
Sure.
It's the same with me. And you hear, she's kind of rattling a little bit. Is that enough for you? My most once loyal servant?
Okay, above table question. Can she resurrect out with the eye? Is that something that can happen? Is that a thing?
Would you like
Or
to
is
read
that not?
Resurrection?
Oh, gosh, okay. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. Oh, oh.
I do not know enough if this is like if giving her the eye
Okay.
is an actual problem or not.
I'm curious how it would
With a
interact with the
touch.
trinkets.
Sorry.
I'm curious how the resurrect, because you've also got true resurrection, which you just need a body part.
With a touch, you revive a dead creature that has been dead for no more than a century, didn't die of old age, and wasn't undead when it died. The creature returns to life with all its hit points. The spell also neutralizes any poisons that affected the creature at the time of death. The spell closes all mortal wounds and restores any
I
missing
thought
body
that I
part.
was speaking, but supposedly not. It's still picking it up though.
Yeah,
Up, up, up.
Okay,
That's it.
so she can resurrect him with the eye.
Do you tell her that?
Anyway,
No, I
Okay.
just need to know
It's all
this
above
because I
table.
don't actually know what the consequences of giving her the eye.
there it is.
I'm
That's the
curious,
spell.
because
But I
aren't
can't
the
hear them.
trinkets like their souls?
Why can I not hear them?
Because like,
Okay, sorry.
would he?
I'm going to be speaking to the
able to
void
come
for a
back?
hot second. While no, it's
Should we wait?
Yeah, I think we should wait.
it's my mic. It's my mic being awful. This is Henry speaking now, but it's not. Okay, it's my school. Fuck's sake.
Do you want us to
Bibi
stop?
Netanyahu. Don't say that shit. Where have you gone?
Pause recording
Up,
while
up, up. I'm so mad. This is ridiculous. It's actually so frustrating. So I can't hear you guys because of Thomas's setup, so I apologize. We're getting to the point where spells start to mean a lot more. I'll read out what resurrection is to you guys. For reference, yes, she can resurrect him. Similarly to Wish, it's a pretty powerful spell. It is 7th level. It takes a lot for you to.
It was already read out,
Kind
by
of
the way.
Oh, awesome. What happened with Alp was you guys were removing the trinket so he couldn't automatically come. What Xander was trying to do was he was trying to destroy all of him so nothing could bring him back. Without part of the creature, you can't bring them back. You actually need it to come back. The secondary condition is that the soul is free and willing. Alp's soul would have just been staying in the eye. They are avatars, which means they're just pure magical energy. They're not actually necessarily stuck to a body per se. You guys would have seen this in that fight between them when they were much larger. They actively made their bodies larger during that fight. So yes, she could. What this is going to mean is that even though you guys get out of Fairwind, the people who are stuck in Fairwind still have to deal with the Pedlar, which is kind of not grand for everyone involved. You would also notice that Varith is not able to speak at the moment. It seems as if he is magically silent. So he also will not be able to say anything in regards to this. Gosh darn, Emily. Let me see my headphones work again.
Yeah, she'll get like a couple inches away from Celadrin's face. So do you agree to my terms?
Sorry, what was that?
Celadrin?
So who can speak at the moment? Zodan, me,
Dalden,
Who else?
you, Xander. I think
and
that's
that's it.
it. Yeah.
Can we
It's
see
time
Okay.
to be a hero, Celadrin, and do the right thing for your people.
Oh, let's be honest here. I was never a hero. let's not go down that road.
And
We're both
And don't
honest
your
enough to
friends
know that.
know it? Isn't this a great time to show that you can be more than just someone who stabs people in the back and takes their soul? Or would you do it again?
Ooh.
How about you give me
Up,
and
up,
my
up.
companions a bit to discuss
up.
this, and you can come
No.
back in like 5 minutes?
No, I don't think that's gonna work.
It's honestly just Discord.
If you can't answer, I will ask the others. But just know that in time of need, you still couldn't create enough bravery to answer. So, Zoldan, Xander, do you want to be the heroes that you claim to be? Or do you want to stay stuck here for another 30 years?
Yeah, so I have some above table questions I want to ask before get too much
Yeah,
further.
I think
Yeah,
even
hit
a
me.
lime.
It's legitimately stuff like I know people see the party as heroes, but like, would the Pedvar be aware that most of us don't actually like go around saying
Like,
that we're heroes?
Saturn has never once said he's a hero. By the way,
Yeah,
that
I
man he's
I think it's
not a hero.
we always go in places and then like act as we are the chosen ones to do and whatever we want.
Yeah, so it's a bit of that. It's also a bit of how the people in Fairwind are viewing you guys.
Yeah.
People in Allah's court are a little bit different from everywhere else. They're a lot more controlled because she is literally the aspect of control. And sorry, she's the aspect of capturing people. She also has the special screens that she's used. I don't know if you guys remember that, but in the Colosseum and in a few other places, there were these web screens which let you project scry onto them. So people in Fairwind, due to Allah and due to Vareth, have seen your guys' exploits. So they're kind of seeing you guys come in. You've kind of people know that you damaged Alp. You know they know that you're a danger to him because of that. People then figured out that you've destroyed all the trinkets. Like there's a lot of things going on where you guys have kind of rocked up. Everyone was keen for you. There was actually a festival for you guys for bringing back Janice and stuff like that. It's a lot of things all at once, right? Can you restate your question for me again, EC, just so I can?
Yes, it was. So well, you've kind of been answered of like, it's more like we're perceived as heroes rather than us actually like claiming to be heroes.
Yeah, it's more a perception.
Then my other question is on like just confirming party goals and our position of
Yeah.
like, has the party agreed on actually like taking out the Pedwar, or are we just
No, there's never been a consensus.
or are we just
Zoldan
still on this
believes
grab
this
grab
is.
we want Vareth and we want to leave?
We're on the Vareth want to leave train, but we have had this conversation.
Yeah. Oh,
I
it's
think
just because it's
twice.
been a few weeks and I just want to.
Yeah, I'll bring it up. We've had this conversation twice in character. We've also got it on the goal sheet. Zoldan's personal opinion is that it's too dangerous dangerous for us to mess around in. Like these are beings that are way above us. Um, you know that
Alona said
Vareth's
she doesn't want to
personal
kill them.
yeah, Alona doesn't want to kill them. She's realized that it's meddling and stuff that is politics, that we don't know enough about it because we haven't been to the courts. We haven't seen how people really live. Every city we've been to thus far has lived happily and healthily. Even Alp City, where it's basically a promise that you will be killed if you're not part of like a specific cache of individuals. The people who were in the cattle cache, which is where they could kill them, they were never hunted, they were never killed. Like people laughed about it, people joked about it, like the hunters did, but they never actually did it, as far as you guys are aware. People are happy. The only time that something has actively, which only three people know about this, where something has actively been like horrible, like really bad, was the slaughter at Parn. So that was when Michael, Crimson's mentor, died, and Celadrin and Zoldan were also there, so they witnessed it. Now, it was a group of hunters, and it was Rabbit, and Rabbit led it. So you don't know why they attacked. They've left this refugee city for hundreds of thousands of years, never attacked them once. This is the first time they've ever been attacked. So this is kind of like the point where Celadrin needs to view his personal relationship with Allah and be like, is this a good idea? Zoldan is kind of thinking about the people he lived with and the things that he got up to, where he's lived a happy life here for the last 30 years. Like, very little interaction with the Pedwar, but he knows that if they were to snap at any point, they would just kill everyone. Xander has interacted with Riartha in the past, and he also has memories of being here prior. He would know that if this was Lobad or Riartha that you guys were talking to right now, they would have just killed you. There wouldn't have been a deal. There wouldn't have been anything like this. The only reason why Ola is doing this is because she sees something that she can gain.
which is being able to resurrect Alf.
Yeah.
Right.
And they
then
can
what do-
reform the
what do
soul
we know about-
trinkets, right? Like
They
a-
can't,
after
as
long
far
enough.
as you're aware.
Okay.
will this? How much will this interfere with Vareth's goals then? Because we were also trying to help him.
That's a good point. We can. Allah knows what she would bargain with if that was the case.
I also guess you
She-
guys don't know what Vareth wants as well,
Yeah.
really.
So sorry, Henry. Can we go into secret for a second?
Of course,
I
yeah.
just need to talk to you about something.
Yeah, I'm just looking to sort of
What happens if Celadrin gives the eye, but sneakily pulls the soul out of it into a soul trinket and just hands over the actual eye without the soul in it? Because you said that the second part of resurrection is that the soul needs to be willing. If I have the soul, what is that possible? Is that a thing that can happen? What would be the consequence of it? Like,
I just need to read your ability real quick.
yeah, of course. Oh no, wait, it's about death, right? It has to die within.
Yeah, I honestly would still kind of let it slide. I just want to read this real quick.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you're able to snatch a token from the departing soul, a sliver of its life essence that takes physical form as a reaction when a creature you see within you dies. So it's not the whole soul; it's just the sliver.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't that like if you're resurrecting someone and like 1% can't say yes, would the resurrection go through?
Genuinely, do you think this is what Celadrin would do?
Well, here's the thing, right? This is how I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it in the sense of like, Celadrin kind of like his goal was to kill the Pedlar, right? Like that was his goal, right? He understands that some of his party does not want to do this, right? Like he has kind of like from how people interacted kind of realized that. But the thing is, he also just doesn't want to keep his enemies alive so they can come back later. Like I think he wants to do the deal. He just wants to have a backup so that she like can't, because he would be fulfilling the deal. She said, "Give me the eye." He gives the eye. He just let out the fact that you can't resurrect without the sliver that he has. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's more okay. I like trying to address as many things as I can.
yeah,
The main component is she needs the eye. The eye
Okay.
is the bit that she needs. As long as the soul is willing and able, it'll resurrect.
yeah, but that's the
I
thing.
don't even think it
is
has to be
that-
able. I think it just has to be. It's free and willing. So you're not taking the entire soul. I will say this: you have a very deep, fundamental understanding of the soul. So much so that you can literally kind of de-manifest your body so it's more soul-like, right? That's how you grave walk.
Yeah,
You literally
yeah. I become more soul. Yeah.
enter that plane. You are probably aware of two things. The first one is that what these guys did with their trinkets is not a normal trinket. A trinket has to be an object, it cannot be something that is living typically. What they probably did, because you held onto them for so long as well, that was probably their original forms. So that was what was actually that is what
Them.
actually created them, right?
Okay.
It was kind of like their physical body from the material plane. And it's what let them recreate themselves over and over again. They aren't able to get that original body back. Like this, Vareth's plan has still been a success because what he wanted to do was get rid of the trinkets so that they were scared and would not try to stop him from opening the portal. That was what his goal was, and you guys would have talked about that in the past.
Yeah, no. But so you're saying that like I cannot hold the soul hostage to stop the resurrection?
You can pull the sliver out, and it will definitely affect him.
Okay, but it
You
might
know
just
that
make
if
him
you
more
were to do
unhinged.
that,
Like,
it definitely could.
okay.
it's something that I
Yeah,
think.
because that's like because this is something obviously with the soul trinkets that's like so complicated because like I don't actually know how they work.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that's
it's
why
it's
I'm
something
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry if I'm annoying
No,
with all
you're
these
good.
questions, but I don't understand. I don't really understand how they like how we would influence this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, but that did clear up a lot. Okay, that makes more sense now. So I can't stop the resurrection. I would influence it, but I wouldn't stop it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. That's all I needed
All
to
good.
know. Okay,
I'm gonna kick Thomas.
that's it.
Actually, can you go down first? Tell them to
Yeah.
that Thomas is about to come over. Then I'll kick him.
Yeah.
You ready to move? Sorry for the slight delay, everyone. Was there anything else that was discussed while I was gone?
Nah.
Nothing really.
Not really.
Just the surprise that we might be about to talk our way out of a situation for once.
Yeah. You guys know that Vareth has had his own goals the whole time. However, he's also been receiving instructions from somewhere. He doesn't know everything that is going on. However, his goal was always to destroy the trinkets so the Pedwar could not impede their movement out.
So it could not stop us from getting out.
Yeah, because they would be too afraid to attack the party if they were vulnerable. And it also meant that everyone in Fairwind has an actual chance at killing the Pedwar. That was kind of like always his goal. His secondary thing that he despises Allah and he despises Alp. Because Alp was the one who has brought him back, and Allah was the one who got him stuck in this place in the first time, and would have been the one communicating with Selra.
Yeah.
So straight away, you know that personally, he will not want to make this deal, but he is not thinking clearly.
He's blinded by emotions.
And I guess you guys would also know that Tenacity wants out.
Yeah.
I think she's made that fact very clear. Like
So
crystal clear.
and also just confirming Allah hasn't actually offered a way out, just said that we're
We leave you
allowed to
alone.
leave.
She'll leave you alone.
Yes, she won't impede us, but you know that Vareth and Tenacity have a way out.
Literally,
about the-
the deal is that she wants you to leave.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that goes into that just confirming from the DM what
Yeah, that's
what
fine.
Emily and I were
No,
talking
but sorry,
about
did she
moving
mention
to.
anything about the other Pedwar? Because just because she doesn't impede us doesn't mean the other two won't.
You can ask her.
Okay, I think that's what Sarah's gonna ask. I think Sarah's gonna be like, "What about the other two Pedwar? Will you stop them from interfering?"
Yeah, Saladrin. You ask you ask a good question, and I would in fact stop them from intervening. They too
Okay.
are on the same page as I am, and they also want to keep those that they care of close.
I think Sarah is just gonna turn to Ella and be like, "Okay, we have a deal," and take
Wait
out
up.
the eye.
Wait,
Whoa!
Zoldan,
whoa,
Zoldan will go. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, I
We need-
forgot Zodan was speaking before we went on that side. Sorry, Zodan. That's my bad. I
Rewind.
forgot
Sorry.
you were speaking.
Sorry. Zoldan would be. Wait. What about everyone else? What about his
about them?
kids? What about the elves? What about our allies? Will they be harmed during this time period?
It depends on their actions, does it not?
What if we can guarantee they won't attack or interact with you guys, as long as you don't interact with them?
I will allow it for one mortal year.
Zoldan kind of looks around, kind of questioning. He's spent a lot more time in Fairwind than he has previous, so he's not too sure.
I'm sure that is something Vareth would like too. A mortal year where I will leave the resistance alone if they leave me alone. And she'll kind of like pat him on the head.
How burning is the hatred in Vareth's eyes at the moment?
I think she would remove the webbing so that he can now participate, because now this is kind of stuff that does deal with people from Fairwind and other places. If anyone else would like to speak during this time, they are now no longer going to have that silence effect placed on them. As long as I can return during the year with safe travel. If I can return within the year, I would not be against it. But I need the promise from the other Pedwar as well. I will trust that you'll collect it from them, and you will control them to ensure that nothing happens.
My dear, I already do, and I will ensure it.
I need to take someone else as well, from a pact made many years ago. Your current left hand.
The angry little one.
Yes.
Yes, I suppose. Although, you might need to, apologize to Kaithwis. I'm sure she'll be very upset about that.
Yes, mother. And he'll kind of bow his head a little bit.
It was nice hanging out with you for a while. It's been too long.
When I return, we're going straight to war. I hope you're aware of this.
I look
My children
forward
will
to
be
it.
kept safe.
We'll see. Children are the most important thing, are they not? I would hate anything to happen to them. But she kind of smirks.
I swear, when I return, I'm going to kill you and each and every one of your vile spawn.
I'm sure you'll try.
With that, the seats that you guys are sitting on, made out of moss, seem to let you go, and you are now able to have free movement. Now, the eye has not been handed over yet. You can move your characters to where you want them to be.
Whoa!
You
That's
went big
big.
real
That's
quick.
crimson.
Her eyes are like glued on Celadrin.
Like above table, I cannot lie to you. The urge to destroy this eye is fucking eating me alive. But
If you want to, you're allowed to.
oh my god.
We haven't. The deal has not taken place yet. If you want to, you can.
Oh, I know, but like, it's Celadrin who knows he has to give the eye over. It's me who wants to fucking destroy it and see what happens. Like,
A loner in his head is like, if you do that, I will make sure you're in a soul token next time.
it's just I want to see shit go haywire. Okay, I think Celadrin's gonna walk up and hand over the eye. There's no point stalling this.
As she
Would-
grabs it, she also
Also,
like
we don't have-
caresses your head, and like one of her long fingers with it nail like points your face up at her, and she kisses you on the forehead.
Would you like to do that thing?
Honestly, could I even get away? No, I'm not gonna do it. It's too risky.
I'm
for
going to
me
be so honest with you.
Yeah,
You could get away with it.
I could get away with it.
You could get away with it.
No, I can't. Dude, the
What's
party's
the
gonna hate me even more. I
likelihood of
can't.
him
I
getting away
can't.
It
I
takes
can't.
it takes an hour to cast Resurrection. It takes a while.
And even
Would we
then,
have even
there
leave
is-
Fairwind
it would be a
before an
while
hour?
Before Alp's back in fighting shape.
You don't have to if you don't want to. It's fine.
No, again, this is me, my chaotic side, warring with the be a responsible party member for like once in your life side.
Okay. Can I? I'll let you roll your choice of an intelligence saving throw or a wisdom saving throw. You can choose. If it's high,
Yeah.
or low, what the effect will be. Like maybe you say that low is you do the thing, high is you don't, or you can say that high is you do the thing and low is you don't.
But is
It's
the
up to
Okay,
you.
high.
is the thing destroying it, or is the thing something else?
It's something else.
It, okay, I'm gonna say high. I'm gonna do an intelligence save. I'm gonna say high is not doing it. Low is doing it. But I +6 to intelligence. It should be fine. 21.
Good.
21.
Okay, that's high. I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
Can we know what it was?
Okay, the plan was I was gonna hand over the eye, but take a sliver of the soul out of it, so that the resurrection would either be stalled or have consequences to it. That
You were
because not the
crazy
entire soul
then.
was there. Again, I understand,
You'd kill a
but I
miner
want to be
again.
chaotic. I want to be chaotic, and it would be so fun to just
I
watch
thought
her
the
do the
whole idea
resurrection.
was you were done being chaotic because you killed your best friend.
You're just a
But
little
that's why
guy.
But that's why he's not doing it. That's why he's not doing it because he's becoming a
You
more
were thinking about
responsible
it. You
party
had to
member.
roll to know that you weren't gonna do it.
It's a work in progress. Okay.
To say Nicholas doesn't want us to leave.
To be fair,
I
I was
want-
prodding the bear. I wanted him to do it.
It would have been funny though.
It would have been
Like
so
she resurrects it trying to get like her lover back, and all she gets is like a crazed fucking guy who's like missing half his brain.
I'm gonna be
Come on, that would be
so
funny.
honest with you. Barrett would have immediately been friends with you again.
Fuck. Fuck.
Like immediately, he would have instantly had a change of heart. But with that, with the transference, we're gonna pick up next week, where we're gonna return to the Fairy Grotto and we're going to say our goodbyes and come back to Perodia. I don't remember Reese's end of the call line. Does
May
anyone?
all your rolls be 20s.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week, and may all your rolls be 20s. We'll catch you then.